Hey guys, David here, and welcome to Saturday Question and Answer right here on the Digital Outlook channel. And guys, wherever you are in the wide world, I sure hope you've had an absolutely amazing day. Judy and I, of course, we're out hustling and bustling, getting ourselves ready for Christmas like I know a lot of you are. And here I am coming out a lot later than I normally would doing my Saturday Question and Answer. But I have got us a nice little roasty fire that I put together so you and I could have this fireside chat. Now, guys, the question that we are going to address that I think a lot of us are asking right now is XRP actually going to make it? That is one of the questions that is being asked. Well, guys, what I want to present to you is this. Some of the things that we have heard about XRP, we have heard so much that we've gotten desensitized to their impacts. And one of the biggest ones that I want to address right now, right off the tip top, is the liquidity crisis around the wide world and how XRP is literally created to solve that. Right now, we are seeing a liquidity crisis with practically every fiat system that there is. And of course, what are the central banks doing to react to that? They're lowering the rates. They're lowering the rates, making money cheaper and easier and wanting to flood the market so that, hey, money will move, right? It'll move off those secure things into risk on assets. They're trying to stimulate what's going on. But the thing is this, guys, they cannot catch up with it. It seems like the banks are, every time they turn on the taps, they need more, they need more, they need more. Well, I'll tell you what, XRP, if you watch its on-demand liquidity provision, practically the killer app that XRP was created for, those cross-border remittances, what does it do, guys? It frees up the nostro-vostro system. It absolutely obliterates it. Nostro-vostro system, basically Latin for ours, yours, where these banks are holding accounts in each other's banks in order to secure these cross-border payments. Well, guys, trillions of dollars is locked up there. And if you had a system where you would not need the nostro-vostro, and what would that be? It would be an on-demand liquidity, wouldn't it? Because liquidity is the problem. XRP solves that and solves it big time, better than practically anything else. In fact, I think better than anything else. But that we have heard ad nauseum to the point that we are practically desensitized to it. And I want to resensitize you to the absolute massive use case that that represents for XRP because, guys, right now, I mean this month, we are facing something that has not happened in literally decades. In fact, over 30 years. And that is Japan looking at raising their interest rate significantly. And why is that so important? Because the rest of the Western world has really based, a lot of the benefits that we enjoy in the West, of course, in our markets and that, has been because, you've got a lot of ability to go over there and get cheap money over in Japan. And what they basically have done is borrowed it at practically zero, employed it in other areas where they've been making a huge amount of gains and not having to work. Well, I'll tell you what, as that rises, who holds the majority of debt in the United States? Do you know that it's Japan? Japan holds more of U.S. debt than you can imagine. And when they raise that rate, what's going to happen? Well, they're going to have to cover these positions, and a lot of that money is going back over there, isn't it? And guys, that is going to just exacerbate this liquidity crisis that we're in by tenfold, This is where you could literally watch XRP rise from the ashes. Yes, the initial impact, everything's going to feel it, guys, including XRP, might be a major opportunity. At least that's how Judy and I are going to look at it. Should we see that for going to buy? But the deal is this, guys. It would rise from the ashes, just solving that problem. And you've got to ask yourself some questions. When in doubt, zoom out, right? Well, why would the Bank of International Settlements had talked about Ripple and XRP way back when? Why would you see Christine Lagarde, right, who, by the way, was the head of the International Monetary Fund and is now the head of the European Central Bank, talk so favorably about Ripple and XRP and the XRP ledger? Why would you watch billion-dollar companies gobble up XRP like it was going out of style, which is exactly what they're doing? And if you want to know why the price is not, it's not moving the retail price. In fact, we're even dropping. Guys, it's because they're doing it over the counter. They're doing it this way and getting it with not having to affect the price. That's usually how it goes. When these big boys buy, do you think they want to pay top dollar? No, they're going to literally get it as cheap as they can. And then what are they going to do? Well, then they're going to actually ride that wave till it is literally a tsunami. And then they offload. And that's usually how it goes. Do you know when most of retail gets in, guys? It's way up here. Not down here. It's way up here. And they miss it. And why do they miss it? Well, because the same people that are playing these games in the markets like they are out there absolutely fudding it like crazy at the same time. When you should be buying is when they're telling you to stay as far away from it as possible. When you should actually be, liquidating your positions and seeing a ROI. Because when do you see a return on your investment, guys? It's not as you see your portfolio appreciate. It's when you take profits. That's when you see a return on your investment, isn't it? Well, usually more people FOMO staying in and getting in because at that moment, oh my goodness, you can't take it here because it's going there and on and on and on. And they have been playing this game literally, practically since the markets were even created. And they are experts at it. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. If you don't think for yourself and get yourself really strategic, you are not going to be ready for what's coming because it will come so lightning fast. It will blow people's minds. I absolutely believe without a doubt that XRP is going to make it. It is going to make it. And we are going to see it. But I'll tell you what, they will test your confidence and my confidence more than you would ever even imagine. Judy and I have lived through it. We have seen it happen. All the suppression, all the stuff that they have thrown at this space and all that to just weaken our conviction. Do you know what happened for us? We just got more and more convinced. Why, oh why would they expend the effort that they expended going after Ripple, going after XRP, if it was a big nothing burger? Well, we know why, don't we, guys? Because it is literally a solution to one of the world's greatest global problems, and it absolutely terrifies these bankers. It terrifies them. Guys, don't let that be you. Do not let yourself get all confused, fudded out, terrified, or anything about your position, because I'll tell you what, guys, when we get there, that is going to revolutionize so many people's lives. It is going to be mind-boggling. And think about this. If you're into XRP right now, you are among the very, very, very few. In fact, 99.9% of the global population, they have no clue about what's coming. And what is coming is going to literally change the way the world even works. How value is transferred, how ownership is determined, how we even store our personal information. We know that's a fact. In fact, the Treasury Department for the United States just recently asked for market commentary, guys, on decentralized digital identities because it's coming. That's why. So get yourself ready and don't let yourself get buffaloed by all the nonsense that is out there, guys. Do not. Get yourself educated and strategically positioned so when it happens, oh my goodness, your lives could change, because I know that it can happen. It happened for Judy and I. Guys, I'm giving you basically as transparently as we can, along with being safe. It is our 100% biased opinion, but you want to ask yourself, why did David and Judy have that biased opinion? Guys, because we've been there and we've literally pulled back the curtain, which is what I'm encouraging you to do. That is absolutely for a fact. So guys, I'll tell you what, until tomorrow, when we're going to have another amazing Sugar on Sunday and great nuggets of encouragement, guys, I just pray you have an absolutely fabulous one and take care.